Talk's cheap, innit? You know, I should have.
You've really got to step into the short-term discomfort for the long-term gain and start doing things in life.
Listen, if you want to be something, go out and do it, or try and do it at least. I can go a little bit further, and I'll always go a little bit further.
You have to make your today a yesterday to be proud of.
Today, I'm joined by two absolute legends, Ollie Ollerton and Billingham, talking about self-motivation and why it is so important and how you can learn to use it. Today's video was made possible at Mulliganbrothers.com, where you can now get the Memento Mori poster, a poster to remind you that you are mortal and one day you will die. If that sounds good to you, head down to the link in the description and use code STOIC for 10% off. And also you can now get the hoodies and t-shirts with the link down below, where all the profits go back into creating this content. But before that, self-motivation and why it is so important. These two guys know all about discipline and how to use it. So take your notepads out, get your pens ready to hit the paper, and listen up. Let's dive into the video.
We're talking about self-motivation. Yeah. This morning, we go out, and you know, like, you've not got a gym, you've not got a treadmill, you've not got the warm coziness of all that kind of stuff. What is there an element of what you do in your workouts that you do yourself that's to draw that self-motivation out?
Yeah, it's the will to want to do it. Why am I doing it? Because I can do it. Because there'll come a time in my life I won't be able to do it, so I'm going to do it. Do I like it? No. Is it painful? Yes. As soon as I accept that, I'll go ahead and do it. And I don't need a gym. I don't need to walk around and look at myself in the mirror and look at even, oh, he's doing. That's what a gym's about. I'm not saying all gyms are that, but a lot are. Everything I need to do, I can do here with my body, and I will. It's whether you want to do it. It's easy to talk about it and not do it. I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, I can do it. Well, stop talking about it. Do it. That's the thing. Just fucking do it.
Yeah. So.
And I do that every morning, mate. I ask my wife. She sometimes has to kick me out of bed.
I mean, you were straight into that water, so yeah. Yeah.
Just get on and do it. You know what? I ain't gonna die. It's for my benefit, and you feel the benefit once you've done it. As soon as you accept yourself, all right, get into the water. It's gonna be cold. So what? I ain't gonna be in forever. I'm gonna be in and I'm gonna be out of it. But I get something out of it. Same as the fitness. The fitness is a passage in time. It's hard. I'm breathing out my ass. It's fucking hell. This is tough. But you know what? I'm doing it, and I'll do it till I can't do it. All right, I've done enough. And then your mind says, well, great. I've now earned that cup of coffee I'm going to have later, that sandwich, that chance to sit down and be a bit lazy, because I've done my bit. My body's ready. My mind is ready. And it's all about your mind. That mindset, clear your mind in the morning, I've done something, you're ready. You're ready to challenge the day, whatever that might be. And it's paramount, and everybody should be out doing something. And people go, well, it's all right for you, I'm this, I'm that. Listen, if your fitness means walking 4 times into the kitchen and back because you haven't done it before, that's something. So your mind goes, you know what? Didn't do that before, now I can do it. For me, I can run a bit further. Somebody else can way outrun me, way carry more, or push more weights, or whatever you want, whatever it is. But do it, and that physical exercise and that mentality, balance in your head goes, wow, now I'm ready. I've achieved something. Here we go.
It's all about reframing. You know, it's still cold and it's still wet, but you know, the whole mental game of me focus on the inconvenience and discomfort of it are gone. You know, I did that every day. It just helped me get through. And it's that messaging with everything, you know, that bleeds into every aspect of your life. It's just how you frame things. I mean, it's like with everything. I mean, let's try and relate this to people taking exams, for instance, or something like that. You know, if you're going to sit there and think, you know, about how much the study is getting you down, how much you hate doing what you're doing, the more you focus in that, like I said to you before, you know, you're not focusing on your goal. You're not focusing on something different that pulls you out of that situation. So you're lost in your circumstances of that moment. You become a victim of them.
Doing something. So what about talking about something?
Talk's cheap, innit? You know, I should have. Listen, I should have been the world fucking champion boxer. The reason I wasn't was because I wasn't good enough. But I can talk about it. Listen, if you want to be something, go out and do it, or try and do it at least. And even if you, and I always say this, you're setting a goal of being a world champion boxer. I'm going for it. No way am I going to meet it. But you know what? I won a Staffordshire title, and I won that title. did a lot better than I thought I would do, because I went for it. So don't talk about it. Do it.
One thing I'll say about goals is not, a lot of times you have big, ballsy goals, and they should always be ballsy. It should be something that you doubt your ability to achieve. But the thing is, you should have mini goals. You know what I mean? A big goal should always, you never have a goal that you know you can achieve. You have a goal that scares the shit out of you. You should always have that. But the goal must be able to be broken down into small chunks. So really it's about, when you're going through that hard stuff, it's about creating a small, short-term goal that gets you from moment to moment to moment. It's that whole internal message. And if you sit there and you're studying for an exam or something like that, and you're focusing on how shit this is and how much time it's taken and how you're not enjoying it, you won't pass it.
Everybody should always have a goal to go forward, you know, whatever that might be. Yeah, and it was always to do, once that job's done, it's done. That's history. Stop patting yourself on the back and telling yourself how great it was and all the rest of it. Move on. What comes next? What's the next challenge? And I've always had that mentality of, what can I do next? When's my next chance to do something decent and challenge myself?
So what for yourself, stepping into Special Forces, what was the, not a lure, but like, what was the pull for you?
The pull was, I mean, first I wanted to go into Special Forces, one, to prove I could do it. Like I did that young 17-year-old kid stood on the square looking at people and thinking, can I do it again? Am I capable? And I had the same feelings. Standing on the square with all these hundreds of people thinking, wow, they all look better, they all look fitter, can I do this? So that was one reason. I wanted to challenge myself, can I do it? Of course I did. Secondly is, I knew what they were doing was making a difference. You know, a massive difference. Although, you know, the Army are making a difference, this was a different level. You remember Special Forces work at Tier 1. Tier 1 is world-changing decisions. It's government level, you know, we're not just doing this because we need to do, this is going to make a massive difference. The London bombings or releasing an hostage or whatever it is, this is going to make a massive impact on the country and possibly the world.
At the end of the day, you've got to define what your purpose is, and the problem is, when you're young and you haven't had many experiences in life, that means that you need to get out there and start treading, you know, throwing yourself into loads of different experiences, because you need to start defining what really makes you tick. So it's about defining your purpose. Initially, you've really got to step into the short-term discomfort for the long-term gain and start doing things in life. You know, not start following someone else's path and be, you know, follow the program, so to speak. And then later in life, if you're like, had loads of experiences, it's about sitting down and write down all the things that really excited you. You need to define your purpose. What is your purpose in life? You know, once you do that, you define, you know, going back over history, where have I felt really good about myself? What have I enjoyed most? And then you'll start to define your purpose. So that really all comes down to purpose. I mean, for me, I didn't find my purpose until 2011. You know, and that was when I was rescuing the kids from child prostitution and slavery in Thailand, and I didn't know the gift that would give me.
Something else that you said whilst we've running, and you've explained, like, your kind of mentality almost for life is always a little further.
Yeah. That mantra, like I say, it's spooky in a way. The old man, basically I stole his hat, I was 9 years old, and he took me into a little dark room, and I thought, oh shit. And he said, that's when he sat me down and he said, look, he goes, you're a little shit, you're a bad little shit, but there's something about you. And he started talking to me, and he explained what boxing was. As I said earlier, boxing is not a game of brutality. Boxing is a poor man's game of chess. It's about looking at the person in front of you, or whatever's in front of you, anticipating the next move, being one step ahead of it. You win a boxing match with your feet and your brain, not with your hands. Your hands just put the final touches to it. Your feet will get you in trouble, will get you out of trouble, and your mind. So it's staying focused, reading, anticipating, and being one step ahead. And he said it's about going always a little further. It won't be easy. It will be hard. You can hardly breathe. Your legs are heavy, your arms are heavy, but you can. As long as you say so. I'm going to keep my arms up. I'm going to step forward. I'm going to throw another punch. Bang! You've already gone a step further. Always a little further. And then when I joined the regiment years later, it's on our clock tower. It's part of the saying, you know, over that blue mountain, over that angry sea. Always a little further. And I've always kept that in my head. And it's helped me through life. I can go a little bit further, and I'll always go a little bit further.
You have to start getting experiences in life. You really have to start pushing the bar, whether that's travel, whether that's, you know, everyone will have a passion or a desire to be something. You know what I mean? And whether that's someone that wants to travel a lot, whether that's someone that wants to be in business, you've got to start pushing the boat out and start experiencing with things. You know what I mean? So you've really got to push the boat out, and some experiences you're not going to enjoy. But you start noting down the things you do enjoy, and before you know it, you can define a purpose of where you're supposed to be and what floats your boat. See, when you've got years and years of social programming from school, everything, and we end up, you know, the older we get, we end up becoming subject to repeat habit loops. You know, and that comes back to, like I said before, about evolution. You know, it just wants us to repeat what we did yesterday and the day before, because it's kept us alive till today. So we embrace habit. So really, if you want to change that, you have to make your today a yesterday to be proud of.
Thank you so much to Billy and Ollie for doing this project with us. If you are enjoying the project, please subscribe and hit the notification bell, because I have an announcement. Ollie Ollerton will be joining us back on the channel very shortly, so keep your eyes and ears peeled for that project. It's going to be extremely exciting, so keep your eyes peeled. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and all that good stuff. And the video is made possible, and if you want to support that project as well, by Mulliganbrothers.com, where all the profits from the website go back into creating this content. That is the goal. The mission is to inspire change. You can now get the Memento Mori posters, and if you use code STOIC on the life calendar, you'll get 10% off. And also the Inspire Change t-shirts and everything as well is available with the link in the description, where all the profits go back into creating this good content. So if that sounds good to you, please go check it out below. Thank you to everybody who supported us on Mulliganbrothers.com, and everybody who's supported us on Instagram at Jordan Mulliganbrother, at Mulliganbrothers. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Remember, go inspire change through your actions and what you do. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.